Merry Christmas everyone, it's April 16th, also known as Sunday, and what a special day it is. A day that changed the history of the world forever, when a 30-something-year-old Jewish man who had been put through horrific torture finally saw the light and ascended to a higher plane of existence. That Jewish man is, of course, me, and the Easter Sunday I'm referring to is the one just a few years ago, when I had the revelation that being a banking lawyer would probably kill me, and I decided to quit to dedicate my life to culture and philosophy, in my mind the greatest self-improvement tools of all. I'd been working on a multi-billion-dollar transaction for a bank. The bank, you might say, which was buying a thing called a non-performing loan portfolio, an NPL, basically a bunch of dodgy loans where the borrower's having financial trouble and the loans are backed by real estate mortgages. In some cases, it's just a cheaper way for the buyer to get to the assets, the real estate, when those loans default. I'd been on this deal for about a month, getting crucified, billing an average of 80-90 hours a week, every day, including weekends. The type of work was mind-numbingly boring, looking through hundreds and hundreds of loan docs, in detail checking the commas, and you couldn't fuck up because any mistake could be worth, well, literally billions. And what made it worse was how absurdly irrelevant it all felt. All this work for a client who wouldn't really care or appreciate it anyway, and that kept imposing absurd, punishing deadlines with no appreciation for what we were going through. It was Easter Sunday, and I'd been in the office from 9 a.m. to about 3-4 a.m. every day, Good Friday, Saturday, etc. I was grumpy and tired and stressed, and I was having trouble with my girlfriend at the time. I was very busy, so there was little time to sort out our problems. That morning we'd had a fight on the phone, and she'd come over to work and we'd made up, and she asked me to promise that I'd see her that evening for dinner. I did promise, but I had my doubts. I hadn't left work before midnight in weeks. So I got to work. And through some miracle of determination and luck, at around 6 p.m. I realized, holy shit, I might actually make it. A couple more hours and I'm done. But then, suddenly, the whole PC shuts down. Boom. I lost about 3 hours of work. And something snapped. I slammed my fist down on the keyboard, I smashed the mouse, and got up and started kicking all the metal cabinets in the corridor. I was filled with pure rage and hate. I wanted to destroy everything in the world. I was nuclear. I loved my bosses, and I still do, but had I run into any of them in that moment, I would have decked them. And then it hit me. See, in my profession, there's people with all sorts of health problems. It's more high pressure than I could ever describe, so there's people with depression and nervous breakdowns, all that stuff. But I'd look at these people and a part of me that I'm not proud of, would think, weak. My grandmother, the woman who taught me my mother tongue, she'd spent a year in Auschwitz, and she survived it to live a happy, healthy life. And these people were breaking down, hospitalized over a job? Give me a break, that was never gonna happen to me. But in that moment, on that Easter Sunday when I snapped, I saw it. I wasn't there yet, but there in the distance, for the first time, I saw the cliff's edge, the precipice. And I realized, a few more years, a few more days like this, and who knows what could happen. I wasn't even close to a breakdown, but now I saw how it could happen. I saw the way there. And so I decided there and then that this was over. This was not healthy. A part of me had always known it wasn't for me, that I wasn't really a high-flying lawyer. I was just pretending I was, to me, my colleagues, my bosses. But now I realized I wasn't just being inauthentic, living up to somebody else's expectations and aspirations for me. No, in the long run, this wouldn't just make me unhappy. It could kill me. And so that was that. The girl, we broke up less than a month after that, and a few months later I quit, on good terms. And so here we are. Rejoice, citizens! Okay. Glad I got that off my chest. So, what are we going to talk about now? What else happened today? Oh yeah! In 1889, Charlie Chaplin was born. Did you ever hear his speech in The Great Dictator? One of the greatest movie speeches ever. Hey, what do you think? With the world threatened by nuclear Armageddon, how about I put that on for you? It's a message of hope. We all love those. Yay, nuclear Armageddon, hope. Anyway, this is The Great Everything, your source for cultural discoveries and philosophic... you know what it is. Happy Easter, everyone.